The rest of the news. Thursday edition. Good morning. This is Dan Earhart. Did you see the photos of sand in British paper, the Daily Mail? If not, they're on the Rest of the News Facebook page. It's the work of Professor Gary Greenberg, who photographs individual grains of sand at 250 times magnification, and are they beautiful? You may never feel quite the same walking at the beach. Okay, now imagine grains of sand as celestial objects, and that's pretty much the ballpark. 2 weeks ago, we had the time lens. Then last week, the wind lens. And today, the gravity micro lens, which tells us how common are planets in our Milky Way galaxy. And after a 6-year study, the answer is pretty common, about like sand at the beach. More suns have planets than not, it's now known. And there's 100 billion suns, just like our own, in just our little Milky Way galaxy. Wow, somewhere up there, there's a carload of teenagers riding around in a hot car, singing along while listening to Let It All Hang Out by the Hombres, the 1967 single from the Memphis, Tennessee band. A preachment, dear friends, you are about to receive on John Barleycorn, nicotine, and the temptations of Eve. Oh, of course that's on Wikipedia. And Jimmy Wales may shut that site down next week, go dark, for 12 hours to protest SOPA, the proposed Stop Online Piracy Act. WordPress apparently will turn off for the boycott 12 hours next Wednesday. Today is the day that begins top-level domain registry holdings. ICANN will happily take your application fee of $185,000 if you want a .music or a .news or a .planet, .car, .hangout. If you're a user of Google+, this may affect you. Google will now customize your search results to include what it knows about you from your Google+ profile. Twitter is not pleased. Facebook might not like it. And the Electronic Privacy Information Center definitely doesn't like it. They will complain to the Federal Trade Commission. A new study from China says internet addiction is as bad for teenage brains as is cocaine and alcohol. If you remember Let It All Hang Out, don't worry about it. Apple may want to license the banana to support accessories to the iPad and iPod. Not just any banana, the 1967 Andy Warhol banana from the Velvet Underground and Nico album cover. Wait a little minute here, says Lou Reed and John Cale. The Velvet Underground is going to sue the Andy Warhol Foundation, didn't know there was one, over the rights to the banana. Elizabeth Warren is being called the new It Girl in Hollywood, amassing huge donations from show business, Katzenberg, Soros, Streisand, Lear. Her race to unseat Scott Brown is predicted to be the Senate's most expensive this year, and she's doubling him on contributions, $6 million to his $3 million last quarter. In 2 weeks, we can look forward to the annual ritual of globalization, the World Economic Forum held at Davos, Switzerland. But the topics this year are different. On the agenda, the uncertain future of capitalism, failures of the modern market economy, and risks from genetically modified crops. Occupy, that's what a group of 20 beekeepers did in France. All dressed in their protective gear, armed with their smokers, they occupied the Monsanto building in France to protest the discovery of maize, found to be contaminated with GM Mon 810. They say open-air growing of GM crops is incompatible with the keeping of bees. It makes the honey unmarketable. Americans now say the rich and the poor are in conflict, that class war is in fact quite real. Warren Buffett has said that for a long time. Now he offers to match, dollar for dollar, donations by GOP members of Congress to help pay down the national debt. And for Mitch McConnell, he'll triple the offer. Mr. Buffett says, we need a tax system that takes very good care of people who just really aren't as well adapted to the market system and to capitalism